Hey guys, I am cmasupra and welcome to another Black Ops 2 multiplayer video. So I have a couple topics for this video. First off is the combat knife, and then second off is the PC patch that just came out today for me as I'm recording this. Yesterday as you're watching this, because I should upload this tomorrow. First off, the combat knife. I want to talk about that first. That's what you're watching in the video right now, is me using the combat knife. And I get about 2 KD, exactly a 2 KD actually, in this game. So this was one of my better games. My average KD is like a 1.5, so I'm doing pretty decently with this thing. I actually didn't expect that at all, because in Call of Duty 4 I did try going knife only, and that never went well. I always ended up with like a 0.5 KD because you just can't use the knife really well in that game, in my opinion. The maps are too open. In this game, however, Black Ops 2, the maps are really close in. There's lots of corners. You can flank around people and they won't see you there. And that's really the best way to use the knife only. You really just have to flank around people and make them not realize you're there. But for my class setup for this combat knife, it is the assault shield for my first weapon. And then I have 6 perks, 2 perks on each slot. So perk 1 is lightweight and ghost. I choose lightweight because it makes you run faster. I have to get up to people and knife them before they have time to shoot me. So lightweight is pretty important, I would say. Ghost makes it so that even if they have a UAV up, they can't find me. I'm not going to be sitting still, so the fact that they can detect me if I'm sitting still is not an issue at all, because really, when are you going to be sitting still when you have a knife? You have to run up to people. They're not going to come up to you and say, "Here, knife me." So I have Ghost on there so I can sneak around even with the UAV up. Fast Hands for perk 2. That's one of them. And wow. Okay, one of the perks for perk 2 is Fast Hands, and the reason for that is so I can quickly switch between my assault shield and my combat knife. It's not as useful as you might think it is, because you're not switching to your assault shield very often with this knife. At least I don't switch to it very often, but every once in a while you do switch to it. And an example of when it's really useful is if you are in a long hallway, you see an enemy at the other end, you just quickly switch to your assault shield and crouch, and then they can't do anything to you really except with explosives, but that's not much of an issue really, because if they start cooking a grenade or something, you can just run up to them. But yeah, you switch your assault shield, slowly move up to them. They might be moving backwards, that's fine, but you'll reach them eventually. And then when you do reach them, you quickly switch to your knife and knife them, and you'll be able to do that before they can really do anything about that and shoot you, basically. The other perk I use in perk 2 is Hardwired, and that's basically so even when there's a counter UAV up for the opposing team, I can still find where they are, and that's basically to help me flank around them and kill them better, because you cannot fight head-on with the combat knife. For perk 3, we have Extreme Conditioning and a Dexterity. So Extreme Conditioning I have on there just so I can run for longer periods of time, close in on people easier, stuff like that, obviously. Dexterity is not so obvious. The reason I'm using Dexterity is so I can climb ladders faster, and so I can climb ledges faster, stuff like that. Auto climb goes faster, basically. I'm not using it so I can aim down sights faster after sprinting, because even though that's what most people use it for, I'm not going to go aiming down the sights with the knife. Am I going to go like, let me make sure that I get this exactly in your throat? Yeah, that's not going to happen. So I have Dexterity so I can climb ladders faster and climb ledges faster. Lets me get into rooms faster and surprise the enemy, and they don't have time to shoot. And that's exactly what you want to happen. So the other topic I want to talk about in this video is the PC patch update that just came out yesterday as you're watching this video. It has a few new really good things, and it's only for PC, I'm pretty sure. So all the console users who are listening, you get to see what you're missing by playing on a console. So first off is we now have an option for a maximum ping to a server, because PC players get dedicated servers. So basically there's a server behind the scenes rather than player hosting the game. The game is hosted on a server, and we can connect to the server, and there's no issues with that. But now we have the option to limit our ping to the servers. So, like, if the matchmaker's trying to find a server for us to play on, we can tell it, don't join any server with the ping over 150 or a ping over 100, whatever you want it to be. And that is really, really awesome.
Sniper's clear.
I tried it out today, and sadly I can't find any servers under 100 ping, which is kind of weird and tells me they may not have very good servers, which has been thought of for quite a while among the PC players. We pretty much agree they don't have very good servers, but the fact that you can't find one under 100 ping, and I live in like the middle of the US. I live in Texas, which is the south, but it is the middle in terms of where the servers are. So I find that kind of weird. So 150 is what I set mine to. So if the server has over 150 ping, I won't connect to it, which means I won't have high lag, and that is really awesome. Another thing that was changed in the patch was we now have ping numbers instead of bars for ping on the scoreboard on the right side of the scoreboard. So, as you probably are familiar with, the green bars, red, yellow bars for your ping on the right side of the scoreboard are normally there, and that's what PC users have had for this game up until this patch came out. But now we get numbers. We get numbers just like all the previous Call of Duty games. So instead of those green bars on the right side, we would see like 30, 100. By the way, I played today and I had a ping of like 32 to a server, so it was interesting that I couldn't find any under 100 when I set that as my limit. Here's the class I was using for the Assault Shield. It's just now disappeared, but you can go back and look at it if you are interested in knowing my exact class without listening to the commentary. The last thing I want to cover in the PC patch is there's a new design on the icon that appears when you get XP. I don't know what prompted it, but there's a new design and I just thought that was really cool and worth mentioning. So the bonus clip for this video is a nice triple kill streak I get with the combat knife, and that's it for this video. So I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.
That's a kill. Target down. Shot him out.
Be advised, hostile UAV incoming.
cmasupra, and welcome to what I believe is the ultimate hardpoint and headquarters game mode class setup. And this setup has lots of flexibility, but it also has lots of requirements, as you would expect with any class setup that's being taught to you in a YouTube video.